Greetings ducklings, in this video I'm playing as Abraham Lincoln, who appears to be extremely strong leader, well, as all Americans leaders. This one is super strong. I got 3 2 banana and 1 for deer right after I launched the game, but maybe this leader is bounded to a plantation tiles. I discovered amazing city with a 2 pace and the spices, and by the way got a free scout from a hut. This is an amazing start, I'd say, and I believe that Washington will have these starts not that rarely. Boom, turn 5, and I already meet my neighbors. It's an Aztec Empire, which of course gives me nice every towards writing, but they are really aggressive sometimes. Let's hope it won't be a problem for us. I have to admit I haven't had that luck in a very long time, but boom, we had a scout and a builder. With that one, I believe we might get easy golden age for sure. Since I have nothing to improve this builder working as a scout, temporary, and bring us another invite which allows me to use Pantabrane later in the game. I had to delay my settler for one turn because that scout might take it, and losing your second city is not the best thing you can have in a game. My second city does not need any extra food, so I decided to boost my capital with a trade route, and because of it I can build a third settler right away, even before early empire. Of course, I'm trying to get that boost, maybe delaying it a little bit, but it's completely worth it because I'm trying to reach political philosophy before turn 31 because I'm in need of those extra points. By turn 22, Boston was settled, and viewers was asking me, what are you planning to do here? So
Mine eyes have seen the glory of the coming of the Lord. He is trampling out the vintage where the grapes of wrath are stored. He hath loosed the fateful lightning of his terrible smith sword. His truth is marching on. Glory, glory, hallelujah. Glory, glory, hallelujah. Glory, glory, hallelujah. His truth is marching on.
unfortunately, I can't build Coliseum in my first 3 cities that will fit in my setup, so I decided to just not build the Coliseum for now. And of course, you should keep in mind that those industrial zones will give you 2 amenities as Abraham Lincoln is super amazing bonus. And that is why Coliseum is not that necessary. Despite all my efforts, it seems I have not enough era score to reach Golden Age. That is why I'm planning to settle my city on a floodplains in a really nice place, to be honest. I'm not willing to deny any of the settlers I'm building right now, and just hoping for a wonder or any other things that can give me extra era score, but my chances are pretty low right now. Of course, immediately after discovering currency, I am replacing my commercial hubs to fix their price. And as you might guess, I will use a lot of internals because external trade rows when you are playing against AI is absolute mess. Turn 27, Los Angeles finally settled, and I need to replace commercial hub here, but I don't really want to destroy this amazing farm setup that might be built on these floodplains. And of course, Lang City should not waste floodplains for a district, so I decided to build a commercial hub with a 0 adjacency bonuses. It doesn't really matter, you still don't get any good amount of gold from it. All you need is a trade route, and that is why it's not a big deal. Turn 28 and greedy me finally able to take a pantheon. Of course, I think the best solution is Goddess of the Festival here, but I decided to go for a different pantheon, a city patron goddess, which allows me to build my districts faster. Since I haven't built any of them, it will be extremely efficient. And maybe I can finally play a game with a lot of discounted districts. So in the conclusion, I picked city patron goddess and ignored every other single pantheon. Maybe I made a mistake because of lack of culture. I would have some problems later in the game, but for now it seems a really good solution for me. It was a turn 29 and I had 17 out of 19 error score. Of course, I could get one from leaving a city-state Panta Brunei, which I used earlier, but it's still only 1 point. I desperately needed another 1 point, and you never guess who saved my day.
Oh, Majesty! Queen!
And with that fortunate meeting, I got my golden age. Paintbrush and voice was obvious choice. 2 extra culture and a gold coin for every single specific district, rapidly boosting my sim. And it of course stacks with my Pantheon very well, so I believe I could get about 20 culture and extra 10 gold by turn 40-42. By that time, I was thinking that with that many neighbors around me, I would probably have to go to war against them. I decided to get oligarchic legacy policy card, which gives me +4 military strength toward my units. As you remember, Abraham Lincoln gets a free warrior type unit from every industrial zone and buildings in it. So the sim begins. With a good amount of commercial hubs, I was able to get discount for every single district since then. Unfortunately, I couldn't build any campuses because I wanted to secure my discount and didn't want to discover encampment, so I could chop jungles for my campus's placement. From another hand, I couldn't replace my campuses, yes, but I could build any other district that not required that jungle chops. By turn 32 I finally finished audience chamber and can change government. The same turn I discovered feudalism, so extra 2 charges for my builders is on. I was trying to build some wonders to secure golden age, so extra 50% policy card is in use, and maybe some extra influence point for a city-state control, because I got my green card turned into a wild card. You know, those Americans bonuses. But the main case here that I was able to perform the builder wave. You know, the trick when you are producing builders with a 30% production bonus policy card, but you never finish them till you get feudalism policy card. So in my case I got 6 very cheap builders, like with a state workforce policy card, but 30 turns earlier. Unfortunately, you can get only 1 builder in every single city this way. And of course, by this turn I was able to finish some markets and got extra Magnus internal trade routes. It's not the fastest Magnus internals you can do, but with the 6 cities I think the timings are pretty neat. Unfortunately, turn 33 was not that good as it's supposed to be, because all wonders I was planning to build magically disappeared from the menu. Of course, in the first place I was surprised that wonders haven't been built yet. But sometimes when AI steals your wonders right before you're planning to build them, makes me a bit crazy about it. Because of that fact, I missed 2 wonders. I'm in a lack of an error score, and I have no idea where to get it. It seems like I might miss Golden Age. The problem here, I missed my +4 commercial hub. I built it before it became a +4 one, and I can build +3 campus, and of course I might try to build +3 theatrical square, but I don't think it will solve all my problems. But now I'm focused on builder wave, Magnus internals, and all other good stuff that are more important to Golden Age, especially with a deficit of 23 points. I probably should go for a Dark Age with isolationist policy card, which boosts my Magnus internal trade routes, but the cons of this card that you can't settle any cities, which in fact not boosts you but actually slows your sim. Long story short, I tried my best, but with a deficit of 8 era score, I fell into a normal age. It is of course not the end of the world, but it slows my cultural tree advancement, which is bad, as you can see. But instead of crying, I decided to focus on making more cities, which you might see with the settlers being produced, and some settlers are actually on the way. Enemies are trying to settle around us. You can see that English settler, you can see Aztec cities. So we have to expand, otherwise we'll stuck with the 6 cities. And that's not the good idea to sit with the 6 cities only. Turn 52 and I finally able to get fourth governor. It's Lang for Los Angeles, the flood plant city. Lang will secure my flood plants and will boost production in a city slightly. And of course, it's always a good idea to chop some settlers. By the way, it is always good to chop something when you have bonus production policy card. And one more thing, when you are expanding in a middle game, it is always a good idea to bring some builders with your settlers. Depending on your strategy, you can of course buy builders with a face or a gold. Or you can get free builders with an ancestral hall Governor Plaza building. No matter how you get those builders for your new cities, it's necessary to get them. It will boost your city development. And of course, once you build the city, you have to replace district. Once you get additional limit of population for the next district, you should replace it as sooner as possible. With these simple rules, replacing districts, having a lot of builders, chop everything and improve everything immediately, like I'm having in this game. Luckily for me, I had no war yet. In most cases, you probably will have some military activity, but in that case, you can just chop some units and you'll be fine. Don't be shy to chop everything you see. It boosts your tempo. It's turn 56 already and I finally discovered guilds. With an extra government point we are promoting Lang, so it would give us extra production and security for our flood plant styles. And of course in guilds we can find policy card craftsmen's. By now I'm focusing on amenities, which gives us every single type of resources, some production, and of course culture. I have about 0 campuses yet, so I don't using the adjacency bonus policy card for it. And I have a few really good theatral squares, so aesthetic policy card being used. By turn 60, I'm finally starting to build campuses and universities in it. I haven't mentioned it yet, but we have a traditional resolution that bots really likes to use. It's a double production toward buildings in campus, so toward universities. Bots are crazy about this resolution and in most cases they will use it. And I finally have time to build my second Governor Plaza building. Usually people build foreign ministry to control more city-states, to have more envoys in the Congress, but this time I decided to go for an intel. Despite I am being allied with all my neighbors, well, I'm trying to be in a good relationship with them, I'm still afraid of full-scale Aztec, Canadian and England invasion. That is why I want to have, first of all, extra spy and extra operation level for my spies, which provided by Intel agency. With that one, in the future, I can have 2 level 2 spies. They might help me in an upcoming war. I remind you that level 2 spies provide you more intel, which can be converted in a +6 military strength instead of +3. Making this video, I realized it's not really effective starting your new cities with industrial zone. I have 100% bonus toward its production and my Pantheon gives me +50 more, so it's 150 more production while I'm building it. While if I would build it second, I still would have 100% production toward this district, so it is better to start with something that gives you a trade road, for example, commercial hubs or harbor. By the way, I'm not sure, but I think I'm having like a triple discount for those harbors. So as I was saying in the very beginning of the video, the more districts you build, the more discounted districts you can afford in a certain timing. This is basic meta nowadays. This is 2023 meta. If you don't know anything about district discount or just don't know how does district discount works, you can ask me in the comments. But in a general, it is like a snowball. The more districts you build, the more discounted districts you can build. I believe Potato McWhiskey made guide on a district discount, but with a slight mistakes there, so you can check it. I will leave a link to that video in the description below. But in general, it works really simply. Spam the same districts as much as you can, then you can add some discounted districts in a free district slot in your cities. That's basically it. But let's back to the game. That volcano erupting again and again, and I'm planning to put a city over there. And I assure you it will be an amazing city because I will put lung there, it will buff my floodplains, it will buff volcanic soil. Just keep an eye on the city and you will be amazed how good it actually is. Another okayest city in the world with a slight misplacement is Philadelphia. I'm using Imhotep to build mausoleums on Halicarnassus there. With that wonder, I'm planning to snipe Leonardo da Vinci and boost every single factory in my empire. Because I'm having factory in every single city, it will be a massive cultural boost for my empire and you'll see it like in a few moments, I guess. By the way, talking about stats, I'm finally using aesthetic and natural philosophy policy cards and my culture and science not on that bad level anymore. It is more than a 200s combined. After my newly built cities got some production, I decided to expand even more. Right now I'm having the best policy card I could ever wanted. Extra amenities, extra production, extra bonus, culture and science, and of course colonization to produce settlers faster. My expansion might slightly upset my neighbors. That is why I decided to discover line infantry before industrialization. With that tech, I will receive line infantry unit free of charge with +5 military strength after I finish every single new building in my industrial zones. I'm planning to have about 14-15 cities with industrial zones, which gives me about 40 units. That's a massive army that can withstand any attack from abroad. Finally turned 71 and I'm in a golden age. So what dedication should I choose? Of course, reform the coinage is the most popular dedication you can get. But playing against AI, you probably won't have that many good external trade routes. And because I'm planning an expansion, I picked Higgs and Dracanis. With the BBG mod, it will grant you 4 pop city no matter where you settle. You just got 4 pop cities when you settle in Renaissance era. It is way better than what we have in vanilla where you have to settle on some different continent, which is not always possible. So if you haven't checked BBG BBS mods, you should probably check it because they changed the game dramatically. They're way more balanced and a lot of people spent thousands of hours playing with it and making it better and better with every single month. These mods have a major update about every 3 months. So you can keep an eye on it, and when you find out your favorite thieves getting buffed, you should probably play it and have a really good time with it. You wouldn't believe, but only turn 72 I noticed that there is more than a one blue city state. It's not two, but even 3 blue city states, which I should be able to control, and of course, since I'm going for an scientific victory, I should control them, I should soothe them, and I should build Kilva to do so, which gives me even more science because of Kilva's bonuses. Luckily for me, it was not a problem at all to build Kilva, because there is a Filippo Brunelleschi as a great engineer on its way, so I just made a few projects and got him, and of course it will help me to build Kilva. Boom, turn 34 and it's finished. But unfortunately I can't choose two blue city states right now, so my scientific breakthrough is slightly delayed. Turn 76. New settlers are finally arrived at their destination. You can check the city of Atlanta. 4 settlers right away. It's extremely good and a massive boost for your new cities. Next one is Cleveland, right next to Mexico. By the way, I'm a suzerain of this city-state and it gives me extra amenities from my zoo. Cincinnati is the third city settled this era. And by the way, Atlanta and Cincinnati makes additional loyalty pressure on Bristol. And by the way, there is 2 spies in a Bristol. I'm trying to get level 2 for both of them, and I will reduce a loyalty with one of them. So, spoilers, spoilers, Bristol will be ours in a very short period of time. Either because of my expansion or because of 300 plus science per turn, most of AI denounced me. Personally, I believe that it's because of 300 plus science, but maybe they have some different scripts and more complicated scripts than it seems. It's finally happened, boys! Detroit settled! It has some loyalty problems, but with the governor, all the problems are gone, and I settled right before the AI. Unfortunately, I'm having some gold issues, so the city won't be grow as rapidly as planned. To solve this problem, I need some banks and stock exchanges. While AI making a religion war on my territory, I'm building the first railroad. That is the biggest problem of AI we have now. They are just spamming religious units. They're wasting a lot of production on it, and I think maybe I will use some mods to solve this problem. Unfortunately, not all of them can be used with a better balanced game mode. And as you can see, AI is not that smart, they don't know how to build wonders with the difficult requirements. That is why Coliseum is still there. It is turn 86 and I have Aztec on a map, which should probably build his unique building. With what he could definitely build the Coliseum, but no, he doesn't really care. As a result of that AI ignorance, Coliseum was built just in 2 turns by turn 88. It's a timing Coliseum, boys. Good timings for it. But with that, I'm securing my golden age. I don't even need to build film studio anymore. And I have to apologize. Somehow I missed the moment where I got Leonardo da Vinci. I still believe I got him. I actually don't really remember, but if you want, you can check the full vote of this game that I will upload a day after this after action report. Turn 89 and I'm noticed that Maya starting to make some projects toward Albert Einstein. I missed Hypatia and Isaac Newton, so I would like to have Albert Einstein for myself. Yes, please. So making some projects is not a big deal for my empire. I have enormous amount of production and by the way enormous amount of units. You can check it, it's 70 hundreds military power. And even with that amount of units, somehow England decided that they want to attack me. Well, I believe it's because of a Bristol. I am super ready to that offensive moves. Not only because I'm having a lot of military strength, not only because I'm having an oligarchy legacy, but because of my level 2 spy in London. I believe AI not using spies at all, so you can always have +6 military strength against it. Well, you should always keep in mind that Deity AI has +4 military strength, so that is a crucial advantage for you to win any war against AI, having a level 2 spy. By now, I'm trying to make some trade deals with other AI characters here, so I will not have to fight on a multiple fronts. I can't say I had a flawless diplomacy skill, but as you can see, England still is the only one safe that fighting against me. And yes, just like that, I reached infantry, which is amazing because I will have some infantry unit from my coal power plants and even factories in some cities. I still have to make a lot of campus projects in order to get Albert Einstein, but it seems like I will probably get it. But Maya is trying. Maya is trying very hard. Turn 19, guys, and as you can see, Bristol is a rebel city now. We will have some problems with the rebels, but because I'm in a golden age and England is in a normal, the city will join our empire in a 10 turns. Since I'm not planning to put any more cities or having a war or trade with AI because the trade routes are terrible, I decided to go hair bit of Steam dedication. I'm not having that good adjacency bonus, in most cases it's about +3 or even less, but I will use the adjacency bonus policy card, so extra production is never a bad idea. I finally got enough envoys to get full bonus from each blue city state, and I can even choose two of it. So Kilva bonus is finally working. Turn 91. I believe with more effort I could make it earlier. But I was busy building some universities, and you can notice that I got +120 science, just like that. By the way, AI can be really annoying. They are always trying to get rid of your governors in the cities. In most cases, it's Bengala or governor in capital. So I'm having a counter spy operation and got level 3 spy, which is pretty nice. I decided to take this imba promotion. It's really good. The only bad about this promotion that your spy have to sit at home and make a counter spy operations. After I choose few blue city state, I can finally change my government. It is of course not very effective having monarchy and intelligence agency, but I just haven't realized that I can have 5 economy policy cards with this government type. And as always, we're maximizing our amenities, science production, and since I need a bit more gold, I'm using some gold income policy cards. By the way, I noticed that my infantry that I got from industrial zones are actually not out of charge. It costs me tons of gold, and I noticed it only now, and I wasted so many gold because of it. I'm a bit upset. You can see I just shorted my expense by 80 gold per turn. It's turn 95 and I'm finishing labs and sewers in every single city. Sewers are not that useless in BBG, they gives you extra amenities. You can notice that I'm having +5 amenities in every single city, which gives me extra 20% of every single resource produced in the city. I am able to get this amazing result only because of Abraham Lincoln bonus, which is +2 extra amenity for every industrial zone. Which means that in a late game or during the game you get +10% production in every single city. We have Maya bonuses, we have Conca bonuses, we have Scotland bonuses, but this bonus is the best. With this bonus, I think so far Abraham Lincoln is the best leader of a leader pass. Turn 99, I was able to enact democracy. It is of course not the best timings you can have, but it's still okay, even for a multiplayer. At this point, and as always, I'm focusing on extra amenities with a New Deal, unique democracy policy card, some extra gold, some extra science, and most importantly, some culture. Because I'm aiming for a globalization, which gives you some good quality policy cards. Turn 100, finally got Tier 3 Magnus promotion. With this one, I would probably have more than a 200 production in the Magnus city, which is capital. By turn 102, I noticed that I'm losing some coal and I'm out of electricity in my empire. Luckily for me, I'm playing with a PBG mod and I can get some oil for my oil power plants by building few encampments. I remind you that military academy gives you 2 oil. They were buffed so you can perform timing attack with the tanks. Well, I'm making a timing attack with my space program, so this extra oil will be definitely in use. And of course, there is a policy card which boosts your scientific victory projects in a cities with an encampment. I don't think I will use it, but you should always keep in mind that it's there. With the newly discovered coal deposits, energy crisis ended, and of course we launched a satellite by turn 106. Turn 109, and we got the moon. All these projects built it that fast because of the Royal Society Governor Plaza building. And I believe I got some engineers with extra production speed toward the projects. With more than a 2k science per turn, we're heading toward interstellar flight. Oh yeah, by the way, here is a Robert Goddard. I can use him twice because of Mausoleum and he gives me plus extra 40% production toward the projects. It of course not Werner von Braun, but it still gives me a solid bonus. Turn 111, we launched man to the Mars. Elon Musk would be proud of me, I suppose. To prevent my possible electricity problems with the Lagrange boosters, I'm switching to the synthetic technocracy. I believe I'm having enough amenities to not lose extra production and science, because now I'm not having a new deal. And as you remembered, I have oligarchic legacy, so I'm in a bit of shortage with amenity. By the way, you can see I'm checking my amenities in the cities right now, and it appears I have to trade with AI. It's not a big deal, but maybe I can just have a victory one turn earlier because of that extra amenities. Catherine, of course, not willing to give it for free, so we have to bribe her. And once again, we're aiming for amenities, production, science. International Space Program is the best policy card you can have for extra science, you know. Turn 113, I finally can start my exoplanet mission. With the help of trade routes, I boosted my city production to a 300. And it's even without the Ruhr Valley, I missed it somehow. I was lucky as hell and got very simple Tech 3. But for some reason I thought that Lagrange boosters are on a second tier of a future era techs. But guess what? It was on a third one tier. So I launched Interstellar Mission turn 115 and have to shift enter all my production. Next turn, all I was doing is booster projects. I was even able to finish some of them with the help of builders. So not to make it any longer, I was shift entering everything but these projects. Turn 117, the first project was completed. Turn 120, we reached Alpha Centauri. Thanks a lot for watching, don't forget to like, subscribe and leave a comment below as a sacrifice to a YouTube algorithm.
The first pioneers set forth on an uneasy course. And yet once again did our people thrive. Now, under your leadership, we plot a new course and make another world our own.